left.
Yeah, sit in front of me, that way you get in trouble, I'll just whack you.
Don't you give me bunny ears. I'll bend your glasses.
I got some,
We don't even wanna go there. It's a mistake.
Sherry gave me something
I'm
today.
getting rid of it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a new CCR. She said she might have made a mistake from the other one. So she gave me a fresh copy. I got right here.
Oh, the county clerk, Cheryl Seeley,
No,
in our neighborhood?
no, Magasaki or whatever her name is from Vauxhall.
Savala. Oh, her.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
So if I forget, grab me afterwards. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
In fact, I could find her right now, I think.
I was hoping that Patty Van Black would be here. She's an old person who's come back to the neighborhood.
Yes. I
Okay,
know.
folks, it's close enough. I'd like to call a meeting of the Highland Subdivision Water District. The order, please.
What's the latest, Rick?
Our first order of business is gonna be the past minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and read those real quick. So the board members present at the last meeting were Richard Davis, Ramona Lang, Rick Mares, Larry Scheffler. Others present was Judy Davis, Dot Kerbo, Justin Alderman, Diane Scheffler, and Tony Woods. The minutes of the January 2025 meeting were read and approved. The treasurer report was examined and approved. General discussions and operations, there were no major issues currently with the functioning of the system. Administrative, George Stewart resigned as president and from the board as of December 19, 2024, citing health reasons and added stress as reasons. We need to take board action stating that he is no longer president and refilled in this with this county clerk. That has been done. Rick reported that our Zoom link has been established. As a matter of fact, we're on it right now. We will also advertise our meetings in the roundup as well as posting them on the community bulletin board and including the information on the monthly bills. The board attended a training class provided by Nikki Fisher for the SDAO on January 20th. Larry and Ramona attended a class offered by OGEC on the public meetings law of February 5th. A discussion was held on whether to make the Connex at the South Davis well suited for public meetings. The board decided that the high cost involved would not be a good use for the district's resources. Rick reported that we, as of now, have 5 people who have expressed interest in the job of billing clerk. We will need to review those resumes. Those resumes have been
I'm sorry, we need
reviewed.
that chair.
Good evening.
Thank you.
We have several people in the district who are in areas in the water bill, who are in arrears of the water bill, We will be sending out notices requesting an immediate response. Diane Scheffler has declined to serve on a budget committee due to the outside harassment. Board actions. Rick moved and Ramona seconded on the motion to approve the minutes of the January 2025 meeting. The motion carried unanimously with no abstentions. Larry moved and Rick seconded a motion to approve the treasurer's report. The motion carried unanimously and with no abstentions. Rick moved and Larry seconded a motion that a Zoom link be approved with the note that it is limited to 45 minutes, but may include closed captions. The motion carried unanimously with no abstentions. Rick moved and Larry seconded a motion to install an internet connection with prime time in the Connex at a hookup cost of $282 a month and a monthly charge of $54. That motion was defeated with all 4 members present voting against the motion. Ramona moved and Larry seconded a motion to approve Rick as our registered agent for the HSWD. That has been done. Larry moved that we send a letter to customers with serious delinquent unpaid amounts requesting an immediate response within 5 business days. The motion was approved with all board members present voting in favor. That has also been done. And we received very favorable, response, which we appreciate. Right now, I'd like to make a motion that the past minutes,
Page 2.
oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. Rick moved and Larry seconded a motion to designate the billing clerk and meter reader be designated as employees for purpose of complying with state law. All the board members present voted in favor of the motion carried. Rick moved and Ramona seconded a motion to review the resumes of those persons applying for the billing clerk at the next meeting. The motion was approved with all board members present voting in favor. Ramona moved and Rick seconded a motion to adjourn. The motion was approved with all board members present voting in favor. There being no further business, the meeting was adjourned at 6:40. The next board meeting will be held on the 19th, which is tonight at the Cook County Library at 5 o'clock. All right, so I make a motion that the past minutes be approved.
I'll second it.
One second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any abstentions or no votes? I see no abstentions or no votes. The motion passes.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Next up, I'm gonna ask Ramona to just give us a quick review over the financials.
Did everybody get a copy of the financials? Cause I have enough copies. We do one, don't we? You want one?
Well, go for this one.
I think I do.
We want to-
Thank you.
So the first sheet's the balance sheet, just shows the monthly activity. It shows the current assets. So, as you can see, we have a total, assets of $138,060.10. Okay,
I don't know that we'll fit.
any questions?
Go ahead, thank you.
Can't you? Come on over here. Tony knows.
Go ahead, Ramona.
Okay,
I can stand. No, there's two seats here. I don't know how to get the cart back there.
I can bring
I'm
you
good, I'm good.
after. We can bring you to the outside too.
Be a bobble tree with me.
hand them,
I know.
Good.
okay,
So they got kicked out of my chair.
No, here, I'm in the chair for
No, I'm okay.
you. Go that way.
we're going over the financials.
Get on the camera better this way too.
Okay, so we did the first page of the financials, it's the balance sheet, second page, profit and loss is our monthly picture of
Sit here, how you
the
doing?
finances. So the water sales brought in 5,700 roughly estimated, and, they spent a lot. So we paid our yearly insurance fee, which is amazing to me how much we have to pay, but it's, we paid Murray Insurance and it's through, Oregon,
Special district.
Special, insurance services.
Cheers.
Yeah, so it's almost $8,000, so that's what was a big hit for the month. So we're in the negative, but that's once a year. Okay, then the reconciliation detail is just, the detail of all the checks that were written and the deposits that were made. So, that's just our monthly activity. So our ending balance is $25,598.97. If you have any questions afterwards, or, the final, form is the reconciliation summary. It summarizes it, checks that were paid, checks, deposits made. Then there are checks that didn't clear this month. That's the insurance one in there. So the insurance one, I found out, I paid it to Marine Insurance, which I always do, but their main office now gets the checks, which is in Missouri. So, I got the check back, and it didn't clear, that's why it didn't clear. So, anyway, that takes care of the financials.
Okay, so I make a motion that the financials be approved.
I second it.
I'm calling for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Noes or questions?
Oh, thank you, no questions.
Okay, so next, Ramona's to give results.
You're over capacity
Yeah, I think this is a bit too much. I'm so
So
sorry.
we need to get out of here or what?
Yeah.
Maybe to the end of the library.
we're gonna have to move, we're over capacity in this room, the fire marshal doesn't allow that.
We should have
So-
RSVP'd.
Throw that
So
in
we're
there.
gonna move
Fire
down
hazard.
that way. Remember that for next time. So now we have to go to.
No, it's, I know you guys are just having.
Here.
Hold on, everybody, we gotta move to the end of the library. Okay. Behind you, yeah.
Wayne, do you want to carry something?
Sorry, hey, how you doing?
You leave the way, I'm calling.
Well, I don't know whether you should call me or not.
Oh, she's bringing chairs.
You are so good. Thank you. Sure. I'm gonna park them right on the end here, so we're not blocking any books. No, sure, no problem.
Magnifying glass thing?
We need chairs.
Thanks to your public library.
I've been grinding hard lately.
Good, you? Good, okay, good.
Tony, did you ever get that electrical done? That new one?
Yeah, all that's done now.
Oh, Wayne, no, I'll carry that for you. Don't, no, no, no.
I'm assuming the chair, man.
Okay, now do I get to feel guilty that I took the cushion chair?
You're entitled.
One more week of this day. Very slow-mo, very slow. It was started sliding. It was right around.
Okay, can I have your attention? Can I have your attention? So the next,
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you do.
the next, order of business is, Since I've been on the board for 6 years, we pay 3 people. We pay someone that keeps track of our PLCs, monitors our water system. He's a contract person and he qualifies as a contract person and he will stay that way. But Tracy that reads the meters and Donna that does the billing, has been treated as contracted people and they do not qualify for that, which we were not aware of, but we are now. So I went out and looked in the community for someone who could, so we could outsource that, so we could pay the 2 people that will be employees with their taxes, a bookkeeper. And I found someone who's willing to do that, plus Donna has put in her resignation and wants to quit, that does the billing. And it'll require a little bit more effort on the board's part to help out with some of that, depositing the checks that come into our neighborhood on a regular basis, because she lives farther away. But she's willing to do it. She gave us a good price, that she would do it $550 a month, which is about what we pay now, so.
We pay 500 now for Donna.
500 for Donna.
And 400, and 300 for the person that reads the meter. That doesn't go up, it stays the same. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like an extra $50, and she's also gonna take care of all the paperwork that needs to go to the state. There should be SDI and that type of stuff, you know. I'm no bookkeeper, but anyways.
Taxes and stuff.
Yeah,
That's,
she'll take care of
yeah,
that.
that's all taken care of there. She'll be taking care of all that.
What do you want to add?
Well, I was gonna ask, since, Donna was the only person in our whole district when Doreen died, that even knew how to use the billing system. Is this lady gonna use the billing system?
She'll be trained, it'll be the same
Yeah,
thing.
she
Okay.
is, yeah, she knows that,
Yeah,
yeah,
it'll be
I'm
the same
sure
thing.
about that. So it's a good opportunity for us to outsource that, and she'll take care of that. And so we're bringing in here today to let everybody know that we have found someone willing to do that, who's certainly experienced and able. And so we're gonna put a motion to the board, a motion that we accept her offer. She gave us an offer, which is $550 a month. To do that, she'll do it for 3 months, and then if she finds, Donna estimated her work hours per month to be about 20, and so this lady will see at the end of 3 months. If she works more than that, then we'll reconsider what we pay her. So I'm gonna make a motion to the board that we accept this contract.
I second the motion.
I want to make a quick clarification there too. She has a legitimate business, so we
Yeah,
don't
she
have
does.
to worry about withholding and all this crap. She's a
Right.
contractor.
That's why we want it, yeah.
I didn't know if that was clear to everybody or not.
Oh, yeah.
And this basically just complies with the state of Oregon BLI rules about having work, contractors and people that work for you. So we'll basically have 2 employees now.
I
Okay,
have a
so the
question.
motion's been made by Ramona.
Wait, I have another discussion, I have another question. When will that person actually start?
Well, Donna has indicated to us that she wants to quit the end of May, so we will probably honor that.
So 1st of June.
Yeah.
So you'll have 2
And
employees as of
hopefully
1
we have,
June.
she'll be online and ready to go right after that.
So she's gonna be doing the billing,
No,
No,
yeah,
good.
she is, she's gonna be doing the water bills.
the water billing and the meter reading both?
No.
No, so Tracy will continue to, she
Okay.
walks around the
Sorry.
neighborhood, so that information goes on touch read meter.
Yeah,
It's input into the computer and then you compute the bills.
okay.
I have a question. Will the address stay the same for mailing
Yes.
the
Yes.
check?
Yeah,
Okay,
you can still put them in the little blue box down there, or
we're
they'll stay
there.
the same.
Okay.
Okay, so the motion's been made, it's been seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Are there any abstentions? Does anyone know what that means?
Yeah, it means you don't vote.
It means you're on the fence, you
No,
haven't
you're on the
decided whether
fence.
whether you have or not, but anyway.
Mr.
Okay,
Chair,
then the motion's passed, Larry.
Mr. Chair, can you
We will-
confirm who the board members are in attendance, Mr. Chair?
You aren't
Thank you.
allowed
Not
to talk,
allowed
you're
to
not part
talk.
of this meeting.
Observe.
I notice there's other members of the public asking
I asked you not to
questions.
speak,
So,
sir.
the public knows what we're doing.
Thank you.
What was you gonna say?
The motion,
Oh, the motion?
taken, it's done. That's
Yes,
passed.
it's done.
Okay.
It was 3-0.
All right.
All board members present voted yes.
Okay, so I have to discuss, sending letter out to the customers that were in the rears. Some customers, that's just kind of the way they work. If there's any of those people here, I'm gonna ask you not to speak unless you really feel that you need to. I don't think anybody's names need to be brought up. It doesn't mean anything one way or the other. The other thing that I'd like people to know is even though that we do have the right to turn their water off, that is in our rules and regulations, it's not gonna happen, guys. We're not gonna do that. We'll keep working with the people. That's what this is all about. It's a community thing. You know, it's part of in the rules and regulations, but I just don't see that happening. If there's other ways to take care of it, if necessary, we would, you know, possibly put a lien against their property or whatever, and if that, once that property is sold or whatever, then it has to come through escrow and the water district would get their money, but, and I understand people, you know, have financial problems, they're up in the tights and that kind of stuff, and, I mean, I can just tell you right now, I messed up last month in all the cold, and, I broke a water pipe and didn't realize it, and I got a $3,000 water bill.
Yeah.
You know, and I have people call that say, whoa, gee, my bill, you know, why is my bill over this and over that? And I try to go down, check with them, check their meters and whatever, and find out if they have a leak on their property. And naturally, the way that we've worked it before is, if it is a concern of ours, okay, so say it broke in between the meter and the backflow preventer, okay? Basically what we would do is we would just go back to your last month and you never get charged a penny for that. So we try to be just as fair as we can, you know, with the people. We ain't in this to, nobody's in this to be making no fortune, or, you know, if that was the case, we wouldn't be doing this for free, so. Okay?
Could I make a statement?
I'm sorry.
I didn't get a chance to question this last time because this was brought up at the last meeting. There's a lot of people that we did have, I don't know if we have them now, but are snowbirds.
Yep.
And they actually set that up ahead of time. We'll pay it when we get back, and they do run up sometimes a fair amount. I was gonna ask if that was part of that, but I didn't.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
It was kind of an ongoing thing, and I think, you know what, I think some people just like, I'm not, it's not getting paid, so they can't pay us like through the bank, they can't set it up and then have the bank pay us. So they're like, I'm not writing a check, you know, $38, I'm gonna wait till it gets up. You know, and I've heard that a couple, 2 or 3 times, and it's not a problem. I just like to make sure that, you know, the billing, especially since we have a new billing person, that they, you know, that they have an understanding.
I paid mine online.
I do too. I set up
And
on
you're
and
old,
paid.
and you can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can do it online, but a lot of people wanna do it like, so they have the bank send payments per se. And from what I understand, that's. they
I
can't-
just push a couple buttons and they send
Yeah,
me
yeah.
back.
Automatic.
Yeah, mine's
Okay.
automatic
The bank-
online
the
Automatic.
payment.
bank
Every
can
month the
send
same
checks,
day.
But
Yeah.
we don't have a credit card system in
Right.
place.
They'll send checks.
Yeah, they'll send checks, that
Okay.
works perfectly
So the
fine.
next thing that we have on our agenda is, I had a meeting with the commissioners this month. We had a couple people that resigned from the board. So it left us with 3, and these people left because of illnesses, and they didn't feel like they were able to continue to keep doing this. So once we got down to 3, I had put up at least 2 letters on the board bulletin boards asking people to please join. I hadn't received a phone call, I hadn't received anything, so according to the SDAO, I was to inform the commissioners that we could possibly not have a quorum. So if we don't have at least 3, we don't have a quorum. The commissioners have not answered me back yet, and it makes no difference at this point because we've had some people step up to the plate, and we're all signed up. We were signed up before March the 20th, which was the date, the deadline date, and they are on the voters' thing for when the vote comes up. So we should be good to go there. And to settle anybody's mind, I know that there was a news article written about us being insolvent. Well,
That's a flat out
that's
lie.
just a plain untrue.
And didn't
it's
that
just
person
not-
also have access to all of our financials?
Yeah. it's
So
public
isn't that
And so
considered
if
libel?
anyone in this room, or anyone that you know, that your neighbors, whatever, if they ask you, those financials can be posted down on the board every month.
Don't
They
film
can
me.
look at that,
I do not want filmed.
and,
I have a right to say no filming.
I mean, we are wide open, guys.
I'm asking you not to.
Anything that you
I
want to
am
know.
asking you not
anything
to
that
film
we
me.
can help
I have a
Ma'am,
right to
ma'am,
that.
please back off,
Turn your
ma'am.
camera over to the meeting
Ma'am,
and get
it's a
out of my
public,
face.
ma'am, it's a public meeting. Please step away.
Sir,
Get out of my
you need to
face.
respect her. You can film the meeting, you can't film individuals.
I can film anybody and it's a public meeting,
Yeah, I
sir.
can
I'd
also.
like to call it back to order, please.
Then leave her alone.
Okay, is there any questions on that?
Probably a lot, but.
How many people have signed up to be on the committee?
I've had two more,
Okay.
so with what we have
Now
right
you
now,
have
so
five.
actually 4 of us signed up because they're coming up
Get out of my
for the
face.
vote. So I'm coming up for a vote, Mr. Shepherd's coming up for a vote, and then 2 other people have stepped up and they have signed up. Anybody else that would like to, you're more than welcome, but
Is this the board or the committee, or
it's for the board.
for
It's
the
for the
board?
board.
Ma'am, I didn't get in your face at all.
Have you ever, is there a way to change the bylaws that anybody that's that receives water from the water district, but isn't necessarily in Highlands? Homeowners or, we're not in Highland subdivision,
You're not?
Well,
No.
we receive water.
but we receive water
So
from
we
you
can't be
guys.
on the board and vote, but
Right.
if it's getting tight, I just wondered if they ever thought of.
If there's a way
Yeah,
to
'cause there's a
change
handful of
that.
people.
We could actually change that. If you folks or any of you were really interested in doing that, there's a couple things that can happen. I don't know how you feel about joining the POA. That's strictly up to you. We can't, I have nothing to do with that. You know, if that's something you'd like to do, that would be later discussion.
Okay.
And, if not, if that's a serious concern with you folks, we can possibly make changes. The only problem with that is if we open it up, then that means that anybody from anywhere can come and be on the board.
Or is
Could they make it for anybody receiving water from the district?
only in the water district, like part of the
That's
water?
a possibility. I would have to check. I couldn't give you a direct
We-
answer on that right now.
Rick, we should check that.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
you, as
so
a,
let's do that.
as a
Let's-
customer,
let's
you should
see,
have the same
because
rights.
we can change the bylaws, you know.
We're not chomping at the bit to be a. I've heard a couple of times over the last several years.
Right,
Where it's been tight and you're having a tough time.
Yeah.
And I just wondered if maybe there were a couple more options.
Yeah.
We have always had a hard time getting people
Yeah.
to volunteer on the board.
And
Because
I
the
don't
board
blame people,
members-
honestly.
Actually used to do the work.
Yeah.
They
There's
did.
actually more people, I mean, there's more people that excuse me just for a second. There's more people that I could call as far as if we had work to do. And it seems like a lot of people in the district are willing to do that. You know, if nothing else, they love to show up, lean on a shovel. Some of them have a pocket sewed on upside down so that, the handle of a shovel. And I get it, you know, it's,
I resent that.
and that's fine. And I like to see people get involved because at least they know then, of what's going on around there and what it takes to kind of keep it going. So, yeah, Wayne, go ahead.
Yeah, several years ago, the county clerk disallowed a person outside of the district from running. So they conduct the election for the board of directors only within the district boundaries.
Right, right.
So, I don't know if that's still the case
You know,
or
and,
not.
I mean, another thing that we
Which
get
is
into too
deceptive.
is, I mean, it just seems really weird, but every time you turn around, somebody's changing a rule or a law, you know? And, so, we're trying to keep up with that stuff too, so.
Okay, Wade, could I ask you to clarify, when you said the district, are you talking about the POA or the water district?
No water district.
The water.
Okay, 'cause I presume you guys that are getting water from us, you have to
Yep.
vote for the board.
We can't.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
But with the water rights process, we're allowed to sell water outside of the district.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, but we're up past our we're past already what we can supply to people.
Ours was
We're already
grandfathered
right
a
at
long
that
time
point.
ago, that's why we're in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we only have so much water and we can only supply so many people, so we're right at that point right now.
Well, I think you were just saying that's why we're not in the district.
Oh.
We're grandfathered, we're not
Yeah,
asking for
okay.
more, we're grandfathered.
Yeah, one of the
But you
lines.
still get to vote, right?
No, we're not in the
You
district.
should, that's what.
Oh, okay, well, that's definitely
That's
something.
what he
we
was
can look
just
into.
asking.
Yeah.
That's what he just asked, if they could.
Yep, we're gonna go ahead and look into that,
All right, yeah, you
Sounds
should be
great.
able to vote, I would
and we'll
say.
let you know,
All right.
okay? Thank you.
I don't care if I vote or not, I'm just trying to come
No,
up with
no,
being
it's-
helpful.
you know what,
Right
it's
now,
not-
we can't really help, that's why.
Yep, it's nice to be here. Okay, the next order of business, guys, is, and it's not really order of business, but Mr. Davis, I don't know if Richard wants to stand up, but Richard's been on the board for a long, long time.
Long time.
Thank you.
Absolutely, and he's just been a great member of it. He resigned last month, guys. He's had a few medical issues, that type of stuff, and, he just decided that it was time for him to stop.
I'm
And
not much
just
good, I
that,
can't follow all the things that are going on anyway, my brain don't work very good, so.
yeah, well, don't let him tell you that, he's trying to get out, he's still pretty sharp. I call him and ask him every once in a while if I got a problem, and it seems, he generally can come up with answers, so. Yeah.
Richard's a
Well,
great
thank,
man.
thank you for all your years of service.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
We
Amazing.
appreciate
Thank you,
all your
Richard.
service. It's
Thank
been great.
I nicknamed him 3M. Master Maintenance Man.
Yeah,
Oh, good, good.
I called him duct tape. Okay, the next thing that I'd like to talk about, which we already have, anybody that's interested in being on the committee, or if they wanna see anything, if they wanna know anything, I am the registered agent. I'll give you my phone number right now if you want. It's pretty, we got it down on the board down there, any of that kind of stuff. If I can help you out, I'm more than willing to help you out. But we can always use people to be up on the committee. There is no absolute number that has to be on it, you know?
Committee or board?
Board.
Well, on the board, yeah.
Board's fine.
You're confusing.
So it's always open, guys. People can come in, we can take you right down, sign you up, and you don't even have to vote. That's how I got in it last time. I came in after the past president quit, and I just kinda got moved into that
What a
position, and then I got
somebody.
moved into another position, but anyways, we're dealing with it.
So there's no limit?
No,
I thought there was.
No, you know, the only thing is, you know what they say about too many cooks in the kitchen?
Yeah.
That could get to be a disaster too. but,
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's always kinda nice to keep the community in the circle.
Well, if they give you too much trouble, just give them a shovel.
Yeah, there's always a hole to dig, huh? Okay. The other thing that we're gonna bring up is Ramona brought over, so along with what you heard tonight as far as our financials, there's also 2 CDs. And each CD is $20,000, okay? So now we need to vote this evening whether we're gonna go ahead and roll that over for the next.
So I
Thank you.
opened the first CD in August, and it's coming to maturity on March 22nd. It's made about $500 for us, it's $20,000. And so that's a couple days away. If we do nothing, there's a 10-day window, if we do nothing, and then at the end of 10 days, that will automatically roll into another 7-month CD. The rate is slightly less than what it was last time, but still it's more than what you would get sitting in a savings account. So, and then the other CD doesn't mature till July, but,
And so that you know, if there was ever an emergency and we needed to pull that money, it's not any different than
4.25.
anything else. I mean, we would just go pull that
So
money.
that CD that's maturing got 4.25, it drops down to, I think, 3.75. So it's just a little,
Have we looked around for a better?
I just did it where we bank, at where we bank, I didn't do that.
Where do we bank?
We bank at First Interstate.
Okay.
Right here in Cal.
Oh, goodness, what is-
There's not any immediate need to have that money
No.
right now.
No, that's what we were talking about with the
Yeah, just
financials.
leave it in my opinion.
We're in great shape.
Our greatest concern with our finances, if we have major breaks because our system is 40 years old. So I'm grateful that we have extra. Yeah.
Dot.
I would recommend that you just roll it over and keep it going, there's no.
Well, that's what we're
Yeah,
voting on that
yeah,
right now,
there's no
Doc.
sense in taking it out and just putting a check in.
But Doc, may I
We're gonna
say
go ahead and vote
something?
on that.
If you go, I'm sorry, but because I just dealt with this for my own, if you go into the bank, sometimes it's a 7-month, sometimes they might have a 9-month or a 6-month that actually yields a little higher. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask them, like, oh, did you check on it?
The other one was much longer.
Okay, a lot longer.
Okay, so we keep rolling here, guys. I'd like to make a motion that we roll that CD over for the next session.
I'll second that.
Larry seconds it? I'm gonna kind of leave it over here. Are there any, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Everybody vote on that, or
Man,
just
this
the
is
board?
nice
I
having a
voted
big
yes
board.
too,
Huh?
by the way.
Everybody can vote on that, or just the board?
Well, it's basically just the board.
Yeah.
But you know what? I feel good about the community knowing
agree
what's
with
going on here.
I agree with you.
Because we were made out last month to be some kind of bunch of criminals. And that ain't exactly how it's going, guys. I can tell you right now, I personally have like tripled my time since this started. You know, so not only trying to take care of water and stuff like that, and it's not that I care, I don't care. Just some of it's absolute foolishness. But that's the way the law is and we gotta follow it.
Yeah, just
Okay,
something
so
to end
anyways,
with.
Just a clarification, a clarification, Doc. We would like to hear you guys vote because we want, if we're doing something that's really making the community upset, I'd like to know about it.
It's
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna
always
do
been
that.
that way.
Absolutely.
And it's always been that way.
Yeah.
And we've always wanted input.
Yes.
That's why it's always been open.
Yep.
Legally, I have to record what the board members are
Right,
doing.
right.
So I will do that, you know, but.
Well, I vote aye for that.
Okay, so it's nice seeing the people around here because the next one that I had was just basically talking about water customer conflict.
Never mind,
Is there anybody here that feels that when they get up in the morning and do their constitutional, that the toilet isn't gonna flush?
No.
So I want you to know that we're gonna do, you know, everything that we can to keep you in water. I know when we started meeting some of the state regulations as far as making sure everybody had a backflow preventer, the newer meters so that the touch read, the lady wouldn't have to lift up the box, write down the numbers and all that stuff. There was a little bit going on there. We had some water breaks, you know, and some of that stuff happens and we're working on that constantly, trying to keep that down. So, okay?
Yeah, I might point out that getting backflows and new meters into everybody was one of our major expenses the last couple of
Absolutely.
years. And that, a lot of money had to go into that, and we had to meet a deadline, which we're ahead of, I think it was next year. So it's
Yes,
all
ma'am.
done.
I am deeply sorry to interrupt your meeting. We just have, is anyone here, did anyone drive a black Nissan with a dog in it? By chance in
Black
this meeting?
Nissan with the dog.
Anybody?
Anyone?
No? Okay. But it's just setting the alarm off in the car, so I'm so sorry.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Are all the
Okay.
backflows in now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
As a matter
Good
of
job.
fact, this month they will be tested,
Okay.
or the beginning of April, they'll start testing those.
Yeah.
So that's another requirement that we have, that they have to be tested every year.
Yeah.
And so to make it convenient for the customer, we do have 3 replacements. So if they go down and they test it, the guy doesn't have to take it out, wait to rebuild it, stick it back in there, and that whole time you don't have any water. So basically what would happen if he finds that it's bad, he pulls it out, sticks a new one in there, you're ready to go, and then we take care of repairing it at a later date, if we can repair it. If not, then we'll have to replace it with new.
Can I
Okay?
make a positive comment?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yeah.
I've lived in a lot of water districts. We're the new kids on the block. Patty and I have been here 3 years. I have seen more improvement, more money spent on keeping our system working than I have in the last 40 years. So I am thankful that what you have done with, you give us letters, you give us notice of what's going on. Plus, we go down the end of the street, and I've seen a couple of you guys with shovels digging in the area down there because of breaks. So I'm extremely happy about how you do this, and I have never had a fear of not having water.
Well, thank you.
and how reasonable.
Agreed.
We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Agreed.
Very much.
Thank you.
We don't deserve the crap they got in this.
Oh, I know.
We're baseball.
Okay,
We don't
so
deserve that.
we have another
That's just.
amendment to talk about. So we're gonna, look into the amendment that we talked about there. The other amendment that we're gonna begin on, we're actually gonna have a vote on tonight, and it'll just be on the board, is that if we are requested any information, and it takes time, okay? So we can have an amendment in our rules and regulations, that person would have to pay a certain fee to get those for the time that it takes. Not only the time, but, whatever expenses there might be, paper, ink, which is kind of a minimum thing. And I'm not talking about being, for lack of better words, running with the chickens. But, I can tell you personally, between the three of us right now, our time is almost double in the last couple of months just trying to keep up with some of that stuff. So, we're gonna look into that, and I wanna see if we can make an amendment. We have talked to a lawyer a couple times about that. And we will talk to them again, but we're trying to keep that expense down. The problem with retaining a lawyer is it's spending a lot of you people's hard-earned money that I don't think is necessary for the little bit of things that we need. They want like $3,500 to be retained. And I can just see where that money can be spent in a lot better places. And we can make amendments. I just wanna make sure that when we do it right. So we don't have any backlash on that.
You took the words
Okay.
right out of my mouth, that I was gonna
I'd
ask
like
you
to
if
make-
you
I'd like to
ever
make a
thought about
motion.
charging for public records requests,
Yeah, most
because
do.
everybody does. I mean, a
Right.
lot of people do, and
Yeah, and you folks can too, at any time.
But it's
You
not
folks-
something we can do on our own, we have to go
Yeah.
to legal counsel.
Yeah, you folks are welcome to look at anything that you wanna look at. And we'd be more than happy to show you, show up at the
Right, but-
meeting. If you wanna have a private meeting with me, you're more than welcome. I'll come and show you what I know, which is kinda little. Now, if you wanna dig a hole or fix a pipe, I can help you. But I'm no lawyer, so, okay?
I won't come and help you fix a pipe, I wouldn't know how.
so
Okay.
you
So-
mean, to do an amendment, you need the lawyer?
Well,
To
to
be
make
able
sure
to
that
charge
it's done
someone
correctly.
for the time, we have to have a legal
And plus,
counsel.
we make an amendment like that, then our rules and regulations have to be rewritten with those added.
Okay,
That way, everybody can see that.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we can pass the motion now.
Exactly. So I'd like to make a motion that we do that we look into those two amendments.
I second it.
Thank you, Ramona.
Sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? And like I say, we will try to keep the lawyer fees to a minimum. Okay?
is that through special districts as well with your lawyer?
Yeah, it's, and even last year they changed, there was a lot of rules that were changed.
I know.
That went on that special district thing. We're still trying to catch up.
May I ask a question? So the people that are members, that we get water, we wouldn't have to pay for any kind of information we might want from you. No.
The way it's written, we may charge, not we will charge,
Okay, you may.
or we can charge. Then we leave that to the lawyer.
Is it gonna be a flat fee that you're gonna
We don't
charge
know.
someone?
We
Like,
do
if someone
not
from the
know that.
outside comes in and demands the records,
And
and
if we
takes you
do,
hours to
if
get
we
it
do
together.
make amendment changes, we'll make sure that it's put down on the board. And anybody again has any questions, please.
Just to
Let us know.
comment, none of us in this room, as far as I know, are attorneys. If you are, I'd like to know about you. This, which is about 20 pages long, is the thing governing public meetings law.
Right.
I have it in front of me here. So if somebody if you'd love to have some reading to get you asleep very quickly, this will do it.
John's been on a board before.
But I'm trying to follow this stuff. It's a daunting job. I've spent probably 60 hours in the last 2 months trying to figure this crap out, and I am tired of it.
And a lot of it was written for big, like Portland,
Yeah, not a-
Eugene, that kind of stuff. And they just kind of washed it over the whole state,
So not a little volunteer department. Well, is there like a maximum amount of money that we can charge
So
someone?
the way the lawyer explained it to us is that she would take and look around our area to see what a person, like a secretary, receptionist
Yeah.
would charge for that service at their office and probably use the same with us.
And then per page if you're printing.
Yeah, it would be what they would charge, we would be allowed
So
to.
if it took someone 60
Okay.
hours to do something,
Yeah,
and
wow.
he charged $20 an hour, that could really add up
Yeah, it could.
for an outsider.
Well, yeah, that's another thing that we can just go through. Yes, go ahead.
Cause this is one thing I don't know about special districts, I know quite a bit, but not this one. Are you required to submit it, the information in the form the person requests?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, according to the law, it says if possible.
Impossible.
If possible, okay,
But, you know, our records are paper, frankly.
right.
Anything back, I don't keep electronic versions. We don't have a computer that holds all this stuff.
Right.
Okay.
So when we have to go back, I have to go back, find the paper record, dig it up. If it's still on my computer, great. But if it isn't, so be it. And if you go back more than 2 years, everything is paper.
And we've done the best that, we can to comply. We had one, he wanted the financials, we sent him the financials, he didn't like it because they had check marks on it. He wanted a PDF form. So we went down and got a PDF form. Well, they can't just send it to him from the bank, they have to send it to us. And we sent it to him, the guy calls me back and says he's gonna take us to the district attorney because it isn't in color where it says Interstate Bank on it.
And that's the biggest bunch of bullshit I've
Yeah.
ever heard.
I mean,
That's just the fact.
if you got a hard on for us, just say so. It's,
Well, the attorney,
He's got a hard on for you.
And I get it, he wouldn't be the first one, and that's fine.
we're working on having a website. If we put our information on the website,
Then you're good to go.
people can access it and get their information.
Another thing, guys, so we do have Zoom now, and I've had a couple people ask me, was that like when you drive fast? No. So, if
I
we
did
need
a
some
lot of
help,
stuff on there.
educating the customers here, or anybody as far as how to work a Zoom, cause, in the wintertime, you're not gonna wanna drive down here in the snow, or whatever, or you might wanna stay at home and just watch the meeting. Most of the time, our meetings are quite a bit short. They're not this long. We generally don't have that much stuff to go over,
I never
But,
do Zoom.
and I want you folks to know too that, we weren't no angels. There was rules that we didn't know anything about.
All boards break those, especially little boards.
Exactly.
They don't know.
We had in question about who we had do our work on as far as doing the plumbing work for the backflow preventers and that kind of stuff. So I'd like to make it clear, guys, we had somebody there, but we couldn't get them to show up. They just wouldn't show up.
There was more than one that wouldn't show up.
Right, so anyways, I called around and I got 3 or 4 different plumbing outfits trying to get a bid, trying to get somebody to do it. Oh, we're busy, we don't have time, maybe we can do it next year, all that kind of stuff. Well, I finally got a hold of somebody that was like, heck yeah, we're on it. And it's probably one of the best things that's happened to this water district in a long time. I mean, I can call those people any time of the night and day, and they are there.
Awesome.
There's something to be said for that alone. We haven't had anything big after that. We did have one pipe break, and those people dropped everything they were doing to get out here and help us repair that line. So, just that, we all know just what that's worth. That's hard to find anymore, people that are just Johnny on the spot. So, and that's some of the stuff that I think wasn't really addressed the way it should have been. We got one last thing. We were accused of misappropriating funds, and I want you people to know where that came from. There was a piece of property sold. It belonged to hang on, Diane, please. It belonged to the POA, then it was transferred to the water district. Then it went back to the POA again. And then it went back to the water district, and when it was sold, it was written up as the water district owned it. We decided just because there was mutual care, and actually the POA owned it first, so, if you wanted to get really sticky about it, I guess the money should have all went to the POA. But the board decided that we would split those funds. So half of it went to the POA, and half of it went to the water district. Now, in these people's situation, you were not in the POA. and I believe there's, what, 5 people, right?
Yes.
So there was a situation where maybe those people felt that they had been shorted because the water didn't stay, or the money didn't stay in the water district. I don't know how you people feel, if that.
We have no issue with that.
Okay.
We have no issue.
If there is an issue with that, I mean, so I kind of feel like, you know, the road gets plowed for you folks. You you pretty much get all the benefits of the POA.
Do you live on one of our privately maintained roads?
No, I mean, kinda, we have a driveway off of one of
Right, okay.
One of your water lines
Yes.
comes through.
So I
Yes.
maintain your roads?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and I plow your roads?
So if there is an issue there, folks, we'd love to hear about it.
No, no
Okay.
issue.
Well, you know what I mean, if there's other neighbors there, and if somebody asks you,
I haven't heard of any issues.
okay, please give
I
them
know
my
the other
number.
two.
I'd be more than happy to explain it to them, if they have an issue with it.
We're happy customers.
Great. And it'd be something that we might have to address, if there's something like that, if there is a real problem. But if everybody feels that they're getting the benefit of that, then I don't really see where there's a problem, and the money didn't go anywhere, guys. It's right there in the POA, and it's right there in the water district. And if anybody wants to see this, you're more than welcome to see it. Okay?
I'm good, I'm good too. I've got no issue, I think you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
It's that age-old problem of people assuming, throwing verbiage out there and not asking questions. If you have an issue, ask a question.
Absolutely.
Don't be like the last several years of the media distorting everything.
Amen to that. They lie, media lies, don't they?
The only
Yeah.
good thing I see out of that is there's just a lot of confidence in the media has just diminished. Everybody's like, well, that might have been about half of it or a third of it, or who the heck knows, okay? Okay, so as of right now, I would like to just bring anyone that would like to ask a question. I didn't mean to leave anybody out.
No, you're fine.
Okay, so if anyone has any questions or any comments at this time, I'd love to hear them.
Can we, before we do that, introduce ourselves?
Sure.
I don't know a lot of you. I'm Ramona Lang. I'm the treasurer for the water board.
I'm Rick Merritt, I'm the vice president.
Larry Shuffler, I'm the secretary.
I'm Kenny Hall,
Hey, Kenny, nice
and
to
I'm
meet
just a
you.
resident.
You're a resident.
And I like to be pretty quiet, but I will say that the water district and the POA, I always know them as HOA, but it's POA. I think they do a great job. I really do. You're not gonna, our water prices, you can't beat that with a stick.
And we wanna keep
You
it that
can't
way.
do it, okay? You go down to the city and pump what I pump during the summer, and you're gonna have a bill.
Yeah.
So, and I've been up there for 30 years. I was the last one on my road. The roads weren't even paved yet. My kids learned to ride their bicycles on the dirt road. So I'm tickled.
Well, thank you, Kenny. Tom?
Tom Studia, I'm the VP of the POA.
Shelley Hall, Kenny's wife.
Nice to meet you, man. And you, sir?
I'm Gary Parn. I've lived in the neighborhood since 1980.
Nice.
And I've never had an issue with the water district.
Great. You, Mayor? And you?
I'm Patty LeBlanc, and we couldn't be happier. We
Great.
love everything.
I'm Jill
that you're
Schmidt, and thank you guys.
Oh.
Because
Okay,
when
great.
we first, we aren't living there yet. Soon, hopefully.
We're using water.
We're still building, that we're using water.
Rod Harmon, I've been here for 8 years now, in
Nice.
the water district.
I'm Diana Scheffler.
Okay.
Ronald Blunt, I'm Patty's worse half.
Worse half.
We've been here 3
That's
years.
why you guys are so
and
separate.
Like I said, I already commented, not only the water board, but on the POA, we've had meetings to discuss tough issues. And by talking, it's all been worked out.
Absolutely.
It has never come to a standstill. So,
I'm a negotiator. I've taken courses of negotiation.
yeah,
Bob Buxton, I live up off of Scenic, and I love everything about this area. Water's always worked well, almost always worked well. We get a lot of air in our line, we can talk about that.
We're actually working on that too.
Okay.
That should diminish, some of the problem that we had is where we've had to shut off, turn back on, dealt with a little bit of PRV problem and stuff. So, and it takes a little while to get that air worked out of there, but we're definitely working on it. Wayne?
Yeah, Wayne Rice. I just wanted to, join so many who have said they like the water district and mention that, you know, the water district got an outstanding review last time, well, the time before also. So they've done a lot with, historically, you know, it's all automated now with computers, control the wells, the flow is monitored. There's so many things that the water district has done to improve the lifespan of the wells and the supply to people. I mean, I think it's just been great. And it's a, you know, it's a evolving organization, so you guys are doing a fine job of adjusting to whatever the requirements are that are now emphasized or whatever. So I think it's just outstanding.
So can I say, Wayne's been on the board 2 different times.
Yeah.
He is,
Three
three
times.
different times. And he did a lot with
I keep
water.
trying to retire.
We're not gonna let you, Wayne, we're not gonna let you.
Well, you did
You
a
either.
lot with, water rights. You can explain that.
Oh, yeah, well, we had a domestic 150 and a quasi-municipal, which I think Harry Peterson got, which was excellent. It was 15.5 acre feet. And so I think those are combined. I don't know if that ever completed or not, Rick, but the idea was we had, you know, a couple million gallons a year or something between all the water rights.
Right.
And I thought that was, to combine them, make it all quasi-municipal, allowed us to distribute water outside of the district.
Yeah, yeah.
So, plenty of water. So, when you pull the handle, it should flush.
And, you know, I wanna make sure that everybody knows that Wayne did a great job, guys, for this water district. I mean, he spent a lot of time, a lot of effort. As a matter of fact, I went out one night there in front of my house by the PRV and it was like 10 degrees. And they're out there trying to shut the water back, turn the water back on down in that hole. I was like, you guys need coffee or whatever, you know?
Yeah, in a ladder system, all the pressure comes from the 3 reservoirs up there.
Right.
And so we've gotta have the reducers, otherwise it would blow people.
Oh,
down.
yeah. Yeah, you'd have 200 pounds down there at the other end.
So, thanks for the good work, and I've always had water.
Thank you, Wayne. Richard?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah.
What am I?
I guess he's Richard.
How long had you served on the board, Richard?
I don't know.
Long time, huh? Long time.
Been a while.
We did so many projects out in the field,
I know.
and he's just a wealth of info about
Oh,
all
absolutely.
the piping stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Sir?
Tony Biaggi, I'm still building in the area. Haven't been here
All right.
that long, but totally happy with you guys.
Good, good.
John Schmidt. Yeah, I'm really happy with the district, and I've seen I've seen both of these guys on shovels, and, you know, I know there's been a lot of work and people using their own
Yeah,
equipment and everything, and of course your own time. It's very appreciated.
You bet.
Sorry you're going through this.
Doc?
I'm Doc. I've been on the water board a couple of times. I've been there since '83.
Oh, wow.
I think Gary and I can tell you more about what's going on with that water board than most people. We've been through it from the very bottom all the way up. And that was a mess. The guy that actually set this up, he actually left. He stole the money, all of our money, left his wife and left. Last I heard, well, he's out of prison now because he did the same thing to another district that he was working in. And ended up in jail for a while.
And Harry
But
Peterson gave the money.
Peterson was one of the first ones that
Gave the money to
started.
build the water.
The guys actually came together and says, we gotta do something. Nobody's paying electric bills, the water pump, nothing's working.
Yeah.
So they just got together and it built from there. So where we're at now is because of guys like these guys standing up and doing something, people in shovels, and it was me,
Richard.
Richard, And the president, one time, we
Jerry,
are the ones that actually had a break in the main line coming up from down below.
Oh,
And it was 3 of us that put that back together.
yeah, yeah.
And we did, here it is, so we did it. But you guys are all doing the same thing. It's
Sure.
guys like that that are coming together.
It's a community thing, guys.
Yeah, I can remember when there was 3 wells up above and 2 tanks. And we used to go down every so often and have to read those meters.
Oh, yeah.
Write it on the boards, and that's where we've started from nothing.
Yep.
And now and I'm not kidding you, Wayne's done a lot. We got these anti-flowback valves which should have been put in to begin with, never were. This is the lousiest system that you can find, our water system, but it's always, everything's improving.
Yeah.
Everybody has stepped up and improved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Doc. Ma'am?
Dorothy Correll, I've been here 12 years. Thank you for all that you do, guys. I know you put a lot of time and effort into it. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Man, take those checks to the bank, people.
Okay.
Getting paid a lot of money for that job.
Let me go ahead and let Mr. Alderman speak, if he has something to say.
Well, he
Go
wants
ahead.
to say that he's the media. Is it gonna be a lie?
Nothing?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Okay, if there's no other questions.
I have a question.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Who is Justin Alderman?
Then he can,
Oh, that's Mr. Alderman right there.
you wanna say it?
And what are his qualifications for being at our meeting?
He's a reporter.
A legend.
He runs the Prineville Review,
Yeah.
which is,
Oh, I read that.
okay. So he's the gentleman that, he's running it.
And who compensates him?
I have no idea, man.
Who
It's
compensates
his own
you?
thing.
I don't know that you'll answer that.
He's not gonna speak.
You're not gonna
And
speak?
that's his right.
It isn't my right to know.
Yeah.
No,
You can ask.
not that I know of. If it was, I'd ask.
You can make any.
I wanna know the end game, like, what are you trying to put little
I
districts
don't
out
know
of
either
this?
game, to tell you the truth.
To have the state take us over and then charge us?
No,
fun?
it's more sensationalism, just like we see on TV all
Oh,
the
yeah,
time.
it's
And
ridiculous.
as long as all of us stick together,
Well, he's got the cemetery board too to work on.
And the
you know, as
fair
long as all
board
of
and the
us stick
school
together
district
and we can work things out.
I think you guys, if you wanna know, you should ask him directly yourselves. It's not a position of us to do it.
I don't think
I'm
he's.
sorry,
Go
Larry.
ahead and ask him yourself. It's not, it's not a board function to do that.
Oh,
Yeah, he's there.
would you
so ask
speak to
him.
me at another time?
No answer.
Thank you all for coming, we really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I have one quick, just general
You bet,
question.
go
I
ahead.
just recently got informed of the issue or the conflict going on between the water district and the paper. I don't understand what instigated it or what started it.
We don't either.
He get pissed off because I wouldn't put up with a bully. He's a bully.
Diana, please.
So we
A
have-
legend bully. A legend.
Stop.
Okay.
I'd like to call it an adjournment to the meeting. I make a motion for the meeting be adjourned.
Oh, I second it.
It's probably slightly different.
Thank you, Ramona.
Yes, it's seconded to adjourn.
All in favor?
I gotta get that down.
Aye.
Thank you. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
I just wanna rant you.
Round of applause for the water board.
Thank you.
And I want you to know we appreciate all
Thanks for
you
keeping
people.
our rates low.
Well, you folks are doing that. Well done. You folks are the ones that are keeping your rates up.
I know you guys do a lot of
Yeah, as long as we can keep. As long as we
He's a
can
legend.
Yeah, it's important.
So,
I call them over and go, which house?
are you?
Our driveway.
Oh, they thought.